Hey guys, how's it going? We are continuing with the E30, E36, E46, Z3, and Z4 rack swap guide. On today's video, we're going to go over the Z4 rack. This is the only non-powered rack on the list. All the other racks are powered, which means there is 2 ports on it for power steering fluid to pass through, which gives you power steering. This one does not have those ports. From factory, the Z4 has electric assist in the steering column. So in today's video, we're just going to be going over if you're just going to swap it directly into your E30 or even your E36 and not do anything else. The way to install it, which actually I will show you here, is you need to use a modified Z4 linkage because the splines at the top are thicker than all the rest of the racks. I am currently working on a solution for this for both the E30 and E36 chassis, so stay tuned or keep an eye out on the Rage Parts website under the Z4 rack, and I'll update that once I'm ready to release it. We'll also make another video on it, but I see questions all the time on how to make this rack work. You need to use a factory Z4 linkage, cut it, weld it, and you're good to go. So now I'm going to give my disclaimer spiel and quick product talk, and then let's get driving. Start with this big disclaimer that a majority of this is opinionated, and the only factual part of it will be the lock-to-lock ratio. The rest of it is fully opinionated and is me giving an opinion on the rack, being able to drive them all back to back to back to back. Everyone is going to feel out these racks differently, and everyone's car setup is going to affect how the racks feel. Because I'm driving them back to back to back on the same setup, I feel like I can give a better representation of the racks for everyone so that you have an idea what you're buying or how the rack feels before you buy it. Everyone focuses on the lock-to-lock ratios, but forgets that, you know, each rack does feel different and does drive differently. You should be focused on how you want your car to drive, and if that rack fits in your driving style, then that's the way to do it. But I would not be choosing a rack like most forums say just because of the lock-to-lock ratio, because you might not like how that rack feels when you're actually driving it, whether in the canyons, on the freeway, or on the track. This is the LPSR Lucas Power Steering Racks E30 conversion linkage for your E30 rack, your E36 rack, your Z3 rack, and your E46 rack swap. This is their non-airbag version, so it's fine spline and fine spline. They also have a airbag version, which is fine spline and coarse spline. If you're not sure if you have a fine spline or coarse spline E30 steering column, here are the differences right here. So you can see this is a non-airbag column, which is fine spline. This is an airbag column. It's coarse spline. You will need to chop this extra knob off right here for the linkage to fit properly for your airbag car. Just again, chop that off. Non-airbag, super easy. You can also do if you want to replace your airbag column with your non-airbag column, you can. It is plug and play, bolt in. There's no modification needed. All you need to do is remove your airbag column and install a non-airbag column. And also E36 linkage and E46 linkage. Everything is now available, rageitparts.com. We also have a ton of racks in stock, E30, E36 M3, so your 95 and your 96 plus racks. We have E46 yellow and purple, Z3 and Z4 racks. These are all OEM rebuilt racks by J&J Axle Supply. No aftermarket racks here. So you can go ahead and check them out, rageitparts.com. Now back to the video. Z4 rack, no power steering. So this is the Z4 rack. It's the only rack that is non-powered from factory. 3 turns lock to lock. I'm at an angle here, so that's not going to help very much, but just sitting still, it is very heavy. I would say it compares to the Z3 E46. Might be a little bit heavier just sitting. Ooh, we have an S2000 to play with. Let's go. But once you actually start moving, the rack is lighter than the Z3 and the E46 racks without power steering. It lightens up a lot. There's still a lot of effort you need to put in to turn compared to if you had power steering. But I probably would equate this to almost like the E36 F3 rack, the 96 Plus rack, without power steering. But it's relatively, it's on the lighter side when it comes to a rack without power steering. We only pass in safe areas. Try to make a U-turn. It is super heavy if the car is not in motion. Just a little, just giving it the littlest bit of gas and just moving just slightly will help immensely. But it's still a super hard rack to turn if there's no assist to it. Now we're on level ground, but you could see it's still rather difficult. So, some conclusions on the Z4 rack. I think it is a fantastic rack that is not as popular as the rest, but will become more popular with time. It's 3 turns lock to lock, which puts it at the E46 yellow and purple tag category. The biggest problem is if you're sitting still, let's say you're trying to make a left turn, you're trying to make a U-turn, it is very difficult to turn. So that is one of the issues with it. But once you start driving, it really loosens up, and it might be just a little bit heavier than the 96 Plus E36 rack with power steering. Like, it really lightens up, unlike the Z3 rack and both the E46 yellow and purple tag racks without power steering are super heavy. The Z4 rack really does lighten up, and it's a very enjoyable driving experience. It's one of those racks where, if you're going to run one of the other racks without power steering, and because you don't want to delete the power steering system, it makes sense, because you really don't have to put too much effort into steering it like the Z3 and the E46 racks, where, at some point it just becomes unbearable to drive with it, where this one is still quote unquote easy to drive without any assist to it. Overall, let's see, I'd probably rank this as a daily canyon rack. Track implications, 3.0 lock to lock is good, but usually you'd want assist when you're on track. So that being said, yeah, it's probably a daily canyon rack. I would say it's a little bit better than the 96 Plus E36 M3 rack. In my opinion, I'd prefer this rack over the 96 Plus. I would prefer this just to have a little bit more feel, and then obviously we would just have to deal with not being able to turn it. Just sitting still, it would be a pain, but the rest of the driving experience was great. We have one video left. Well, not really one video left, but one video left for this week going over the racks, and it's because I edited the wrong video first. So we're going to end the rack series with the stock E30 rack. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below and I will reply. If you're looking to upgrade your steering rack, don't forget to check out rageitparts.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram at @themassdriver or at rageitparts. And if you're looking to upgrade your rack, don't forget to check out some of those LPSR steering rack linkages for your E30, E36, and E46 chassis. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.